Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pillar to Post. I am Rashaun Alleyne, and I'm joined by Kobia Hamblin as always. And today we're going to be recapping last race day, which was the World Heritage Bridgetown and its Garrison race day. We're going to be recapping two races that featured two of Barbados's youngest and brightest stars. And we're going to start with the feature of the St. Anne's Garrison Handicap, which featured Mystic Reen versus Nostradamus.
Hey, Rashaun and everyone. And as you said, the two mystics, the two new stars into horse racing. And when asked about this race, what I thought about this race, I found everyone was telling me or asking me if something was wrong with Nostradamus. And I think this is simply a claim where she's accustomed going 10 to 15 lengths ahead and she didn't get it done this time. But in my humble opinion, she did pretty honest fractions. She did 24 opening, 49 half mile, 111 and change 3/4 of a mile. This is generally what she's accustomed to doing. And she still didn't have the lead. But I think the simple equation on this is, or the simple reasoning to this is, she's now facing horses as accustomed going this pace and taking this ground. So she's not allowed to get away from them. Mind you, she still ran a very creditable race. In the end, she still ran, I think, 135 and change, maybe 136 is slowest. She was still there or thereabout with them at the end. She was not discredited at all. But I think that was one of the major factors missing from this race that race fans were looking forward to.
No, obviously, I expected that a little bit as well, which when you look back on it, it makes sense that she didn't get such a big lead, and people would be critical of Beckles' ride in this spot. But as you said, she went 24 and 4, 49 flat, which is taking off 24 fractions after each other. And then 111, that is one of the fastest 6 furlong splits you will ever see at the Garrison. So Nostradamus did go fast. It's just that these are horses that can also go fast as well. And then you have War Beat, who's, when we talked about it in the preview show, she got 9 pounds from when she beat him. And now she's only getting 2. So he got a good setup and he ran well. But then Mystic Reen, who with 105 pounds, Nostradamus gave this horse 15 pounds. And he was able to come from behind and win. I really don't like those dynamics for him, but he took the trip and he won. I think this was maybe not one of his most impressive wins, but this is a horse that's getting so good and doing so well. So I can't wait to see where he goes from here. But this was another impressive win in 134 flat.
Yeah, I still think the track record is they're knocking on the door of the track record every time they go 7.8. I wasn't particularly a fan with the dynamic of Mystic Reen's race, but I think he proved to us he does not need the lead. He's a little bit more diverse or versatile, should I say, than we particularly expected. I thought, taking the bull by the horns and going straight at it when Nostradamus was the way, but he's proven, if I don't get it, I don't need it, and I can still run at these.
No, for sure. And then on Nostradamus, really quickly, as you mentioned that I didn't get to say, she also stuck around late. She was not passed and then gave in. She ran through the wire. So
Yeah.
she looked dancing prospect in the eyes around 103. She ran fast every step of the way. And I think if the race finished in 134 flat. She wasn't that far behind. So I'd be surprised if she even broke 135. And maybe the blinkers come off in the future to see if she can fight. But this was an impressive run from her, notably in defeat. But Mystic Reen did what he was expected to do, and he came away with the win. And again, sky's the limit for them all. But it was good to see Mystic Reen versus Nostradamus. And then early on the card, we had another Mystic Cole, and it feels crazy to say another, even though he was the one that debuted first. But
He's the original.
Right, he's the original, right? But Mystic Adventure made his long awaited return, and he did not disappoint his fans.
I'll be quite honest with you, Rashawn. This horse freaked me out. I thought coming off of such an injury, especially facing a class like these, is not to say he's just facing imports, but he's facing a creditable Creole like Rene. Zeba is still there, and he blew me away from the beginning. I thought he'd take a minute to get into stride. I thought he'd take a second to catch himself and figure, oh yeah, this is what we're supposed to do. And I was breathtaking by this.
Yeah, I had the privilege of watching this horse get onto this trot, and he came out there immediately telling you who he is. He had two handlers. He was so rambunctious, and he was just carrying himself so well. He was fit off the bench. This is a horse that won his first start, so it's not a surprise that he was able to win off the bench. I really thought that Zeba, given what she had done in her start since Mystic Adventure had been missing, that she would have been a tough foe. And the 7 pounds giving it to him, you can't do that. So now I recognize who Mystic Adventure is, and I would not make the mistake of picking Zeba in this spot again. But this is a horse that touted who he was in the preliminaries and ran amazing in this spot. Took it to Zeba early, and then another 105 performance. Again, I said it with Mystic Rain. The sky's the limit with this one. It's going to be exciting to see what Mystic Adventure is going to do next. And he was a part of a trifecta for Kenny John as he won race 2, 3, and 4, and one of those was with the 43-1 long shot.
Yeah, the 43-1 long shot was, I couldn't see that, even if you paid me. But Mystic Adventure, as I would have said before, this crop of imported horses I love to see. And it seems like with everyone that we're seeing, it just gets better and better, and the bar increases higher and higher. Mystic Adventure just gave us 2 105 performances. We were missing a few horses from our top class sprinting division, and it seems like that's exactly where he's going to end up.
Well, I actually believe that this is a horse that could go further. Granted, if he's behind the 8 ball, he could sprint and end up there and do pretty well. But I see him in the same kind of races as Mystic Rain. And in those conversations with the top class, with Mystic Rain and Nostradamus, the public set to the bulldoze of that and that ilk. Again, you hope he stays sound, but I really think this is a horse that can stay. But this was a very, very impressive return for Mystic Adventure, especially on the same card that Mystic Rain also participated.
Well, I'm going to wish you good luck in future races where the two of them are in the same race, as you are going to tumble over the two Mystics.
I trust that my professionalism will assist me, that it will be Mystic Adventure and Mystic Rain when it references who they are, but we'll see. And it's just so exciting the times that we're living in with this group of 3-0 imports, that for years to come we should be able to have a very competitive top class in Barbados. But that was our recap for the World Heritage Bridgetown and its Garrison race day. Thank you as always for tuning into Pillar to Post. As always, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and subscribe to our YouTube. Next race day is the second jewel of the Triple Crown, and there's also a race schedule for the 140s and lower. So it's going to be another exciting race day. So please look out for that preview. Good luck, and as always, may all your tickets be winning ones.
Bye, guys.